Hi, this morning I'd like to show you exactly how to install and use a veggie cage. You might remember that I showed you this plant in a previous clip, and this was the one that I had dug from another place in the garden, and I put it right into the ground even though it's summer, and I supported it and protected it with a simple 5-gallon plastic bucket that kept it in the shade and happy. This morning I checked it, he's looking good and ready to go. So now I'm ready to go ahead and install my veggie cage. I've already installed my conduit. This is what we like to use. We use 3/4 inch conduit because it lasts forever. But if you like the look of wood or you have other kinds of stake in your garage, you can feel free to use those because the clamp is the same as it is on the tomato ring. It really will accommodate a wide variety of types of stakes. You just want to make sure it's tall enough for a tomato. When you buy a veggie cage, it's going to come, and it looks like this. It comes in a plastic bag, and it's going to come with the instruction sheet. And so when you get it, you're going to take it out of the bag. Now it's going to have some little plastic nibs that hold it together. That's part of the manufacture process, and that keeps it nice and flat and keeps it safe for shipping. So you're going to want to just break those apart. I think I've done most of those. Here's one I haven't done. Look how easy this is. You just break it apart. I'm done. Also, the screw will be on there as part of it. It'll be attached. I took the liberty of going ahead and unsnapping it. It just takes a second. And I think it's easiest when you're going to use either a veggie cage or a tomato ring. Start the screw in the clamp before you get it up there. Then all you have to do is tighten it. So I've done that this morning already. You're simply going to put it down over the top of your steak, whatever kind of steak you like, and let it hang there for a minute. This is so easy. You want to just kind of clamp down on that, not too tight. But there you go, that's going to be good. Now you notice at the end, it's got a universal hinge. It's a little stake that's on a hinge. You're going to go ahead and stretch this down, position it however you think it should go. You're the gardener. You do it the way it looks good to you. I can do it with my foot, I can do it with my hand, but I now have this where this is not going anywhere. I do want to point out to you that this is really springy when it's empty, and it looks like, would that really support anything, especially a big tomato plant? Oh, it definitely will. I want to show you how it works. The veggie cage is designed to support from the inside out. So as that plant grows and he gets bigger and he fills out those rings, he's going to start to push out from the inside. Now watch what happens when I put a little bit of pressure. You see how stiff that gets? That is really a good support system, and it will not spring around once that plant gets to where he wants to be, when he starts to get big enough to have tomatoes. In the meantime, here he is. I've got him secured at the bottom. I've got him nicely secured at the top, and that's all you have to do. One thing we tell people, and I'm going to show you this later on when this plant gets big enough to really demonstrate it for you. On occasion, this plant might want to just fling one of its arms out to the left or to the right. A major stem that's going to produce a lot of tomatoes, you don't want to allow that to stay that way. It takes just seconds. You just want to kind of keep a watch. If you see one of the branches of the tomato plants really heading outside, it takes just a few seconds to do what we call tuck it up. You simply tuck it up, and in fact, if you need to, you can sort of raise one of the rings up or pull it down a little bit to accommodate where that branch wants to go. You're always just going to listen to your plant and listen to your own intuition. It's really simple. You're the gardener. And tuck it up, and then that will keep it from having all the weight of all those wonderful tomatoes from pulling down on just one ring. It's not designed like that. It's designed to support from the inside out, and that's exactly what that's going to do. I'm going to give that plant another good watering. In fact, now would be a really good time to put a little tomato-specific plant food on there so that he doesn't get a lot of leaves, but a lot of tomatoes. I've got some other things I want to show you. Let's head on down to the vegetable garden.